Historic Fenway Park. Game 1 of the American League Championship Series between the Red Sox and the Oakland A's. For the first time ever in the history of baseball, we had a man who hit 40 home runs, able to swipe 40 bases. That man, Jose Canseco of the Oakland A's. Earlier today, Reggie Jackson talked to the Oakland A's right fielder.
The kind of season that people expect for you to have throughout your 3-year brief career. I think the kind of season you expected yourself to have. How do you feel after having that kind of year?
Well, right now, I'm very extremely excited. I put a goal on myself in spring training this year, and basically, I thought there were more members in the 40-40 club, but what I realized after, there were no members. So at first, I thought maybe I put my foot in my mouth, but then I thought, well, with the ability I've got, with the hard work that I've done during the last 3 years, I think if I stay consistent and I just put the ball in play, basically not get injured, I think my ability would let me become the first 40-40 player, and basically it happened.
Now you have October here. There's no home runs that you've hit. There are no stolen bases anymore. You have 1 week to win the American League pennant with the Oakland Athletics. Are you going to play any differently? Are you going to expect any more out of yourself during this pressure-packed series?
No, I think we're even talking about that in the clubhouse. We're not going to do anything drastically different or change any of the signs and stuff like that. I mean, basically what we're going to do is play like we've been playing the whole year. We've been very successful. We won 104 or 5 games. And basically what we have on this club is a lot of talent, a lot of young talent combined with the veteran leadership and talent. And with that, I think we have enough to win the playoffs.
Jose, you've been in the newspapers all year long. The last 10 days, you've been all over the media, television, of course, papers again. Tom Boswell, a fellow out of Washington, has made an accusation,
good friend of mine,
an erroneous, so to speak, as you say, about you using steroids. Is he trying to detract from your great season?
I don't know. I don't know if he's trying to take away from the MVP season that I have, or basically he wants to be a more well-known reporter or whatever. He wants to discredit me for the great numbers that I put up this year. But basically, the statements that he's made are false. I mean, some of them don't even make any sense if you ask me. I mean, I've done a lot of hard work during the last 3 seasons. You, of course, know I enjoy weightlifting. I put my hours in the gym day in, day out. I've done a lot of running drills, a lot of running technique, really, that has helped me a lot to steal the 40 base. And basically what I am is a hard worker. So maybe he's trying to discredit me, or maybe he's trying to become a more well-known reporter by hitting on one of the top players. Who knows?
I think the fans appreciate that hard work from you, Jose Canseco, in 1988. Let's go over to another hard worker and visit with Joe Morgan and Mike Greenwell.
So Hurst and Canseco now have a full count of 3-2. Leadoff man in the 4th inning. No score. Left field. That ball going back. And the ball is out of here. Canseco over the 37-foot wall. It's 60 feet high to the top of the net. And Jose has driven in the first run of the American League Championship Series.
This is what you call answering the bell. 40 home runs during the season, 42 home runs, 40 stolen bases. What are you going to do now, big fella? Well, here I'm going to show you. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You see him close up a little bit, not quite as big a swing. And that ball was up on the bat, Joe Morgan. That was around the label.
Well, Bruce Hurst got the fastball in on him, but he shows how strong he is.
Let's go back to Canseco's home run. The first scoring of this American League Championship Series.
He shortens his swing a little bit here and stays on the baseball. Does not pull off the ball. Stays right in there. Look at his head right on the baseball. Ball's a little bit up on the bat. Bingo. Home run. To make a perfect pitch.
0-2 to Canseco. Fly ball high in the air to left field. Greenwell watching that one. It's gone off the screen. And his second home run of this championship series, and we're all even at 2. I don't know about you guys, but when he hits something, it just brings this game up about 2 or 3 notches. Is he exciting?
There's no doubt about that one, and we could attest to that by taking a look at Greenwell. He just looked up in the sky and didn't even move. It was a no-doubter right from the crack of the bat, and we see the big bash.
Well, he gets a fastball down. Watch this fastball. It's not the high fastball he's been swinging and missing. And as I mentioned, I think these guys can handle his fastball. And when he loses just a little bit, he becomes target practice for a guy like him. Not any problem with the background. There's a dark green background there. And it's also a shadow that covers the lighted part.
Canseco, right center field. Ball is well hit. Way back, way back. It's out of here.
That is something that you did not want the Oakland A's to do if you were a Red Sox. Take a look at this swing. Jose stays right on the ball, drives right through it. You see him watch it all the way, even after he hits it, right through that ball, driving it to right center field. He missed out on the fun last night, but he...
Jose, absolutely fantastic. I can say nothing that anyone else has not already said. My conversation would be full of superlatives. Great going.
Thank you. Like I was talking in Boston, I thought we'd go in there, and if we took 2 games, I knew they've had a lot of difficulties playing at Oakland during the whole year. We've out hit them here, we've out pitched them here, and we came with a great advantage, and I had a great feeling that we were going to sweep it here.
You know, the home run that you hit off Bruce Hurst early in the ball game today. Last night it looked like you were trying to pull the ball, maybe trying to hit a home run last night, but today you stayed on the ball, drove the ball to your power field. Were you doing something different today?
That's one thing I've learned as a hitter. Basically, you have to take every pitcher different. You have to adjust not just for at bat for every pitch. Bruce Hurst tried to work me away. He tried to work me in, and basically the home run I hit was a good pitch. It was down and in a little bit, and I sort of muscled the ball to right center.
You seem to be having the kind of year that the Oakland A's are having, just super at any time in every ball game. Let's go back upstairs with Gary Bender and Joe Morgan.
In Boston, motivation was unnecessary as the curtain lifted on the American League Championship Series between the Red Sox and the Oakland A's. And the A's, as they had all year, would be counting on Jose's worthy bat.
This is the worth bat, quality bat. This is what I use.
Oh, you just get paid to say that.
Great wood, and plus I'm getting paid to say this, like Mark said. Great wood, great quality. It already comes from the factory, fully corked. It's an automatic 40 home runs. There's a cork right there. There's the work label. Everyone should use this bat. There's the cork. There's the cork. There's the cork, and there's some cork right there. Most of the cork is in there.
And as the scoreless first game moved into the 4th, with Boston's Bruce Hurst on the mound, Canseco showed just what his bat was worth.
3-2. Swing and a deep drive to left center field. Hit way, 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 way back. Tell it goodbye. It looked like he threw him a breaking ball, a fork ball or something down, and Canseco nails it into the screen.
Jose gave Oakland a 1-0 lead, and Stewart had the Red Sox reaching for answers. Dave proved most effective with runners on base, especially against Wade Boggs. Stewart left the game in the 7th, and Boston tied it at 1. But in the 8th, after Lansford doubled, Henderson brought him home with a sharp single to right. The A's now led 2-1, and La Russa knew just who to turn to. Eckersley breezed through the 8th, but in the 9th, Boston put 2 men on base and brought baseball's best hitter to the plate.
Here it is. He struck him out, and the A's win the ball game to take the lead in the series. The Red Sox got the man they wanted up there, and Eckersley got his man. Holy Toledo, what a finish.
Boggs had stranded 7 runners in the game as the Athletics refused to knuckle under. But Roger Clemens took the mound in Game 2, an encouraging sign for Boston fans, especially with a 2-run lead. But in the 7th, with one man on, Canseco once again passed the screen test.
Swing and a high, deep drive to left field. That one is way, 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 way back, and I told you we'd be tied as Canseco hits one into the screen, and it's tied up at 2-2.
Canseco had hit his second homer in as many postseason games. Now and a sweep is what they got, as Stewart tamed the Sox on 1 run through 7 innings in Game 4, and Canseco was once again on target. Jose hammered his 3rd home run of the playoffs to get the A's off and running. And although Canseco supplied the power, it came as no surprise that the playoff MVP was a savior by the name of Eckersley.
4-1, the A's lead, top of the 9th. The 1-strike pitch, swung on, fly ball, Gallego, he has it! The A's have won a 3rd sweep. Listen to the crowd.
The hitter now, what you'd say is, look, he's getting nothing over but the fastball, and if he throws a slider and it's in the strike zone, I take it, because it's got to be strength against strength, and look what you're looking at on deck.
Mount Everest.
Parker said that Stargell had a quick bat, but never has he seen a quick bat like this in strength. He said they only make one model, and they call it Canseco.
Jim Belcher is not or has not been a great strikeout pitcher. His high this year, 8, and he did that 3 times. He has already rung up 3. And now with 2 down, the biggest confrontation of the night. The bases loaded, and Jose Canseco.
5 of the first 11 batters, he's at a 3-2 count. You talk about living dangerously.
1 ball and no strikes. Hubbard at 3rd, Stewart at 2nd, Lansford at 1st. Canseco hit by a pitch in the 1st inning. This is a ball club. The Oakland A's scored over 800 runs this year. And there's a drive to center. Back goes Shelby to the wall. It is gone. Grand slam home run for Jose Canseco.
And look where he hit it. Over the center field fence, a line drive. It didn't get up, it didn't get down, it just got out. We talked about it. They have about 5 guys on that lineup with one swing can turn the game around, and you just saw it here.
Jose Canseco makes Tommy Lasorda sit quietly, and that's quite a trick. It took a grand slam home run to do it, and did he ever smoke it? The forearm bash, and it is 4-2 Oakland here in the 2nd inning, and this big crowd suddenly stunned as Dave Parker checks in. Ball 1. Belcher, by the way, is due to bat 4th in the 2nd inning if he can get that far.
You could see Canseco pointed there was a line drive. I've never seen a ball. I mean, it didn't get up or down. Then it just went straight out.
2-iron. That's Bobby Wells coming over. 2-0 the count. That's on the hands, fisted foul off 3rd, and it'll go out of play.
Look at those arms with the speed, and you see that little hitch that he's got. He knows it's gone. He's going to watch it all the way. There's no park in America that could hold that one. He knew it.
2-1 to Parker. Ball 3. So if the Dodgers had any momentum at all on Hatcher's 2-run home run in the 1st inning, that shot that hit the camera gives you the picture. Oakland 4, Dodgers 2. High twisting foul off 3rd down the line. Hamilton trying to get under it, but it's back into the seats.
When you look at Canseco's swing and you see that hitch, that loop that he's got, you really have to be strong. You have to be quick, and he's all of that. He's a tremendous athlete. In fact, McGuire, who hits a lot of home runs himself, says, I'm not a home run hitter. Canseco is. And I tell you, when you hit balls like he hits, and when he goes in the batter's box or in the cage for practice, everybody stops to watch.
And he is something,
isn't he? Here's that swing again. Now watch that bat kind of loop. Now he's busy with the bat moving it, and when he starts that swing,
you really have to be strong to drop your arms and then bring them back up and hit them. If you hit like him, it's a trigger mechanism. If you hit 220, it's a hitch.
And after Carney Lansford walked to load the bases, Jose Canseco did what he does best.
And there's a drive to center. Back goes Shelby to the wall. It is gone. Grand slam home run for Jose Canseco.
And look where he hit it. Over the center field fence, a line drive. It didn't get up, it didn't get down, it just got out.
Makes Tommy Lasorda sit quietly, and that's quite a trick. It took a grand slam home run to do it. And did he ever smoke it?
Look at those arms with the speed. And you see that little hitch that he's got. He knows it's gone. He's going to watch it all the way. There's no park in America that could hold that one. He knew it.
The Athletics had reached for the stars, the World Series. And now in Los Angeles to play the Dodgers, they were oh so close to fulfilling their dream. Coming off their 4-game sweep, the A's were rested and healthy. But the Dodgers were hurting, and without the everyday services of their catalyst, Kirk Gibson. Still, the A's fell behind 2-0 in Game 1. Then, with the bases loaded in the second, Canseco made a play for the camera.
Full wind again. Deals it in. Swung on. There's a drive. Way back. Center field. Shelby deep. It is gone. Canseco grand slams for the first time in his major league career. Out the window goes a Dodger lead. A's 4, Dodgers 2. Holy Toledo.
The lead held up into the ninth.
We talked about the Canseco and the steroid story with Thomas Boswell at the Washington Post wrote. I asked Canseco yesterday, and here's what he had to say about it, Ben.
Basically, I know it's more or less like a practical joke. A lot of comments Boswell made didn't make any sense. A lot of the comments were untrue and false, and I don't think he took in consideration how much it would hurt the player's family or the player himself.
And here's the player himself, Jose Canseco. Hit by a pitch, hit a grand slam home run, reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out. Ball 1.
And whereas Oakland, I mean, he almost got a roster full of those people.
3 balls, 1 strike.
If he'd have hit that one, it'd have gone over the scoreboard. It would have got one of those planes that was flying here. Did he have a cut? Look at the bat speed. Now, it's a blur going through there. That is bat speed. Look at that. Oh! That's as hard and as good a swing as you want to see. Now he's in that 2-strike thing.
Foul back. This should break a heat wave, so take another look at it.
Oh, this is the kind you catch and it sucks that mask right off your face. It's just like that. Oh, even when you don't hit it. Oh, one swing like that in my lifetime I'd have been happy.
3-2 to Jose Canseco. Got it. Big swing or no? He came up empty.
It was the end of a long and frustrating night for the A's. A national television audience had seen 9 innings of baseball.
But the American League's most valuable player was named Canseco, an unrivaled nucleus primed for another dashing success.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry.